Hey there, and welcome to my channel, The Paper Bag Investor. In today's video, I want to share what I think Tesla might have as a secret announcement during their upcoming earnings call on January 27th. And if you want to know what I think it is and why it's important to the company and their stock price, please stick around to the end of the video so you can find out in detail my thoughts on this. So let's get into it. But before I go any further, I just want to make it absolutely clear, I'm not a personal financial advisor, just a guy with a paper bag on his head who loves investing and thinking about the future. If you love investing, you love thinking about the future as well, and you love long-term, high-growth investing and thinking that way, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button. If you love all that stuff, it's in the bag that subscribing to my channel will be something you enjoy. So I encourage you to do that. Okay, so let's get on to today's question. Tesla 2020 Q4 earnings, their secret announcement. And here's a picture of people reacting to a big secret announcement. Ooh. Okay, what do I think? Is this possible? Secret, I say possible because I don't know this for sure. I'm not in the boardroom meetings at Tesla. This is just me pulling together some evidence and possibly what might be announced. Here's what it is. I'll get it right out of the gate. I think there's a good chance there could be a Model S and X refresh. So a refreshed model, kind of like Tesla's always doing minor updates to the cars, but this would be kind of a more major update to the car. I also think that this refresh could include use of Tesla's 4680 cell produced at their pilot plant near Fremont. This is their new cell that they talked about in detail at Battery Day back in September of last year. There's quite a few clues pointing to this, that this could be the case. So what's the evidence for this? Tesla shut down their Model S and X production lines for 18 days in December, which is really not normal to do for a production facility like that. Possibly could have been 18 days of retooling the lines for these refreshed models. Also in mid-January, there was information leaked that all inventory of S and X models was to be cleared out. So again, this could possibly, I'm theorizing this was maybe to make room for these refresh models. You try and sell everything you can because once a refresh model is there, who's going to want the old one, right? Or it basically would instantly take lose some value. So better to sell that inventory out entirely before you announce the new inventory. There's also was a teaser video of the Fremont pilot plant. This is the battery cell plant, 4680 cell plant, released mid-January. There was a little bit of footage back at Battery Day that they showed, but there was another about a minute-long video of this. If you haven't seen that, I put it on my Twitter a few days ago when it came out, but I'll also link it down below in the description here so you can see that if you want to watch that. It's really actually a beautiful little clip seeing the production in motion. Also, the 4680 cell pilot plant capacity would make sense for the S and X battery production needs. Okay, well, I'm going to lay out kind of the math on that. At Battery Day, Tesla said their 4680 cell plant near Fremont would scale up to 10 gigawatt hours of annual battery production. If we assume each S and X, we're just kind of making some assumptions here, but is the longer range model and which uses 100 kilowatt hours of battery, then 10 gigawatt hours divided by 100 kilowatt hours would give you 100,000 vehicles of battery capacity from that small plant. From Q3 2019 to Q4, or the end of Q4 2020, these 4 quarters, Tesla delivered a total of 57,594 Model S and X vehicles. So about just under 60,000 Model S and X vehicles sold in that year. And that's why I wonder if this plant, maybe it's not even at the 10 gigawatt hours, maybe it's not even half that yet, but they're hoping that in this next 6 months, year time, they're going to scale up to 100,000 vehicles that they can do out of there. And so it makes sense even if there's shipping delays for the first while as the battery production may still be scaling, why wouldn't they use this plant specifically for S and X refreshes, the higher end models that they can first of all sell the newest batteries in those until they get larger scale battery production of this new battery cell underway. So what would this mean for the stock if this is true? and the S and X are refreshed and they have this new cell? What would this mean for the stock, for your portfolio if you own Tesla, or if you're thinking about buying Tesla? Battery Day had very big promises. Battery Day, they had said about, these are just rough numbers, but they said about 50% battery range increase from this new battery cell that they're going to make in-house, and about a 50% battery cost reduction. But the market, the market with everything, they want to see real world results. So they made these announcements at Battery Day, but the market wants to see real world results. And the exciting thing is, if this happens, what I'm theorizing, we will get to see real world testing of the 4680 cell soon, very, very soon, as these cars start being sold. And you get to know what is the actual improved range at this time. Is it working reliably, the battery, or not? Is there any kind of issues with it that are still ironing out the bugs or trying to figure out, or major issues that are causing problems? Or is it working well and reliably? The market wants to have confidence in that. And next quarter, after they started selling those vehicles, you'd also start to see a reduced cost show up in the gross margin. You'll be able to sort of see what this reduced battery cost, the impact might be having on the gross margins for the vehicles. So again, I want to say the market wants to see real world results and reacts to real world results. Okay, this is actually a Tesla stock graph here. This arrow is pointing to Battery Day back in September. And actually the stock was in about the mid 400s at the time, and then went down to the high 300s, dipped down after the few days after Battery Day, just because there was so much pent up excitement already priced into it. And then the market kind of said, well, you made all these amazing promises, big promises on Battery Day, but where's the actual proof? Of course, the stock has rallied for other reasons since then, but the market still wants to see that proof. So if there's a Model S and X refresh, and if they use this 4680 cell, and if they all live up to the promises, from Battery Day, even if they're close to those percent range improvements and percent cost reduction improvements, I think the market will react very positively to Tesla, because it will become clear, very, very, very clear to anyone who's still doubting out there, that their vehicle battery technology is by far the most dominant in the world. And the market is going to love that, because the market knows that electric vehicles are the future. They're safer, they're more environmentally friendly, the cost of ownership is comparable to gas cars and is reducing over time. They offer a better user experience. They're perfectly coupled. They go hand in hand with full self-driving, because as electric vehicles, their costs decline more and more the more miles that are driven relative to a gas car. The market knows EVs are the future, and if this all comes true, what I'm suggesting in this video, they'll have more confidence that Tesla is going to dominate the future of transportation. So we'll see what happens on January 27th. If it's not announced then, I think this will be announced at some point. I think this will be their strategy. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. So let me know in the comments what you think about all this. Do you think this might be announced on Battery Day, or on Earnings Day, January 27th, or not? Let me know what you think. And if you got value out of this video, I encourage you, hit that subscribe button down below. Follow along with my channel if you want to see more content like this. Okay, also hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Helps the YouTube algorithm. I'll see you in my next video.